Hi everyone! TomWasHere back at it with another unboxing video, and today we have the highly anticipated OC Celebrity Marketing Hollywood Box number 2. Now, I have had a complicated history with OC Celebrity Marketing in the sense of that I hear very good things about them. And my first foray into them was the OC Celebrity Hollywood Box number 1. And in that box, you know, I did a video, I unboxed it, you can watch the link here. And in that box, not realizing at the time, but only after seeing everybody else's pulls in the various unboxing communities on Facebook, that I got one of the junkiest boxes they had put together. Now, that's no fault of OC, you know, with a mystery box, occasionally you're going to have the worst box. Like, the worst box is out there for someone. It just happened to be me or, you know, one of the top 5 worst. When people are pulling items that justify the cost of their entire box for one item, and you get 3 items, and your item's kind of like basically broke even with the price, sure, you can put the Band-Aid on it and say the value was there. But when people are getting items, autographs that are way beyond the value, and it seems almost everybody was, except for a small handful, of which I was one, where I broke even. Now, I understand that OC is a company that has to make money. I understand that they are a marketing company. So when those first boxes come off the line, and you see those first videos come through with those dynamite pulls, you know, they're a bit cooked. I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. I think we all know the gist at this point. Those boxes are a bit cultivated. They're cooked. And they're marketing to sell more boxes. I understand that. I work in marketing, so I understand how this works. But I'm not worried about value. I'm not worried about, you know, I just don't want to have the junkiest box. But ideally, beyond not having the junkiest box, all I want in here is quite simple. I want just one item that will be something I will keep. As a collector, that's ultimately what you want. Because if there's items that are up for trade or for sale or whatever, then suddenly you have to work. You have to put in effort to attempt to find someone who's going to be interested in items. And I'll be fair. The first time when I opened up the first box, the Hollywood Box 1, I was concerned, based on the items that I pulled, that there wouldn't necessarily be a market for those certain names. Turns out there was, and they were actually quite easy to trade or sell. And I did trade and sell them for things I wanted. So it's not all bad. But I have seen some of the pulls that have come out of this box on these various communities. And some of them were really cool. Some of them I liked. Some of them I was concerned about. And the hope being is that, like I said, there's at least one thing in here that I want. Now, a lot of the Grail items, or these higher end items, are larger prints, 16 by 20. Which, you know, you do not need a ruler to determine that that did not happen here. Some of them I saw that were good pulls were 11 by 14. I don't think that happened here either. But some of the items I saw pull were props as well, which may have happened here because it's a smaller box. But let's check it out. Let's open it up. And let's see how we did. Admittedly, a little bit nervous, to be honest with you. But this will justify whether I decide to jump into Hollywood Box number 3, which they just announced. Because if I hit one of the junkiest boxes in this one, I may have hit my limit on OC. Like I said, not their fault. I just maybe have bad luck with their boxes. And it may not be worth that. But we'll see. Time will tell. This box will tell. Okay, I have a Funko Pop. And what appears to be 2 8x10s. Okay, so let's go this first 8x10 first. And it is Larry Wilcox and Eric Estrada chips. Now, not a big fan of chips. My parents didn't force me to watch chips like they did force me to watch other shows. So, you know, it's cool that it's dual sign, but not exactly my favorite thing to come out of this box. Was not hoping for this one. So, already a rough start. Now, we'll do the Funko Pop, because I actually caught a preview of this. And it is... and when I say caught a preview of it, I just happened to look at the back of it. And it's cool. Not exactly the pop I wanted of the pops I have seen. But it is Jake, is it Johnson or Johansson or thing? He was the voice of Peter Parker in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He was also a New Girl, and I think he's in Jurassic World, and there's a few other movies. But, you know, as someone stated in one of their boxings, or one of their previews, or one of their listings, he did kind of get lazy with the signature on this one, where it went from, like, I think he used to spell out his last name, and now it just is, like, Jake J. Line. But look, with celebrity autographs, you sign so many that every once in a while, you just will you know... I understand that. So, my son's a big Spider-Man fan. He may like this pop, but if he does not, it might be available. But I'm guessing he's going to probably take this one because he is a big Spider-Man fan. Now, last but not least, 8x10. Now, it's fine. I feel like I could find someone who would be interested in such a thing. However, I never watched this show. I watched this actress in a different show, a Nickelodeon show, called Clarissa Explains It All, that I liked. But I did not like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and that's what that is here. Has a little, like, All My Love and then her name, which is the first I've ever seen that. But based on what the pulls are here, not the best box that, maybe not the worst box that I have seen so far. Could have been worse based on what I've seen. So, in that sense, maybe I've succeeded, in the sense that I won't use the hashtag better box than mine, hashtag better box than mine, to describe what every box, it seems, from the Hollywood box number 1 was. It was better than mine. I have seen ones of the items that were pulled out of this box. I've seen ones that are way better. I have seen ones that are worse in that regard. So being in the middle, I guess, is okay. However, there's nothing here that I'm, like, saying is off limits. Like, most of it will be up for trade or sale, and if it's a question of whether my son actually wants this or not, this might be up too, and this really the only thing that is semi worth keeping, whereas the other items, like I said, I never watched Sabrina. I like Melissa Joan Hart, but for Clarissa, not this, and never was a big Chips fan, so that will definitely be up for trade or sale. But I guess that's okay. That doesn't make me want to run out and buy Hollywood box number 3, to be honest. You know, it's just not, like I said, let's clarify this. To those that are the uninitiated, the other pulls, or the biggest pulls that I've seen out of this box, were a cast-signed 16x20 of the entire cast of Married with Children. Married with Children is my favorite sitcom of all time. I would have killed for that item. Love Al Bundy. I would have killed everybody. Jefferson and Marcy and everybody. The only one that didn't sign it was the dog. I would have killed for that item. There was a 16x20 of Martin Short from Three Amigos. Never was a big Three Amigos fan, but loved Martin Short. That would have been a great item to pull. I've seen a prop pistol similar to the George Lazenby prop pistol, 007, but signed by Sir Roger Moore. That would have been a good pull out of this one. I saw someone today pull a Johnny Depp. Now it's a Johnny Depp from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which, you know, if it was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you know, that would have been the one I would have loved to pull. But these are some of the potential pulls that you could get out of here. And what I have pulled is not that, unfortunately. And like I said, it doesn't make me super interested in getting Hollywood box number 3. And once again, that's not to disparage OC Celebrity Marketing. I understand what they do, and I understand their business, and, you know, sometimes you got to make money somewhere. And to justify the cost of this box, I feel it's justified in these items, but these items are not necessarily items of which I would necessarily want to keep in my collection, and there's the problem right there. So, let me know your thoughts on not just OC Celebrity Marketing, but the Hollywood box itself. Let me know if you got any good pulls, bad pulls, and different pulls. Did you get a worse box? Did you get a better box? And feel free to make me an offer based on the items that are in this box. Like I said, I'm going to run this past the boy and see his thoughts. He most likely will want this. Now, he has a budding autograph pop collection of various items, whereas I have yet to find a autograph pop that I feel is worthy to keep. I have tried so hard. I've tried in BAM boxes, I've tried in this, I've tried in other boxes, and I've never got one that I'm like, this is a keeper. The various other pops that I've seen pulled, this is not necessarily the worst. The one I would say is the little girl from Avengers that is signed on a rescue one. I think, you know, that one, you know, I got her autograph out of the BAM box in December, but there was Charlie Sheen Major League. A lot of people got the Charlie Sheen Major League sign pop. That would have been great. I saw a few Kelly Bundy, Christina Applegate signed ones from Married with Children. That would have been great. There was a few Norman Reedus, Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, and some Walking Dead signed items as well. They would have been great, but sadly that did not happen here for me, because I would have kept the Wild Thing one, I would have kept the Daryl Dixon one, I would have kept the Kelly Bundy one. This one is borderline to me, as are these items as well, unfortunately for me. Like I said, it's going to be me on the offensive, or feel free to make an offer and let me know, you know, if it's something that you would want to buy or trade, or trade for an item from this box, or, you know, trade for an item that maybe you have that you don't want. I'll certainly be open to that. But guys, thanks so much for watching. If you are new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Or even if you're not new here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to comment, let me know. Yay box, nay box. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description below. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, you can do so. It's Red Shirt Shop. Link is in the description, as well as links to my eBay store, Facebook page, kind of everything under the sun. I even put stuff up. I'm going to put a mass exodus stuff on eBay soon, so be on the lookout for that. But guys, thanks so much for watching, and until the next video, we will see you soon. But until then, bye everyone.